Hi, I'm Patrick Garrity, and for those of you that are watching my videos for the first time, I'm a security researcher that focuses on exploring vulnerabilities, vulnerability exploitation, and vulnerability threat intelligence. In today's video, we're going to dive into one of my favorite topics, the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency's Known Exploited Vulnerabilities Catalog, also known as CISA KEV, and its recent enrichment on vulnerabilities associated with ransomware campaigns. So let's go. This week, I spent a lot of time exploring the new edition of the ransomware campaign attribute on CISA KEV. For those of you new to CISA's Known Exploited Vulnerabilities Catalog, also known as CISA KEV, it was first introduced in November of 2021 as part of the Bidirectional Operative 2201 mandate, which requires CISA to provide federal agencies with a list of exploited vulnerabilities that needed remediation, and agencies have to comply with that requirement. These vulnerabilities listed in the KEV must have a CVE identifier and also a patch or mitigation available, ensuring that they are fixable. The KEV has been a valuable tool for a tip of a spear in regards to prioritizing higher risk vulnerabilities. However, there's always been a desire to gain more visibility beyond the basic information it provides, which has often been fairly limited. And that's what's so exciting about the enrichment of ransomware campaign attribute on the CISA KEV. Just last week on October 12, 2023, CISA KEV released a new update that added a significant dimension to the catalog. It now identifies vulnerabilities that are linked to ransomware campaigns. This is a game changer as it provides additional insight into the highest risk vulnerabilities on the KEV that have been associated with ransomware attacks. To better understand which vulnerabilities are impacted, I built an interactive data visualization that you can explore with me on Nucleus's blog. Notably, 18.1% of the KEV vulnerabilities have been associated with ransomware, emphasizing the urgency to remediate these vulnerabilities across critical assets. Microsoft accounts for a significant 42% of vulnerabilities linked to ransomware on the CISA KEV, just highlighting the importance of focusing on vulnerability management and patch management as it relates to Microsoft technology, specifically Windows and Exchange. The top 10 impacted vendors include Microsoft, QNAP Systems, SonicWall, VMware, Oracle, the Apache Software Foundation, Adobe, Kiteworks, Citrix, Atlassian, and it demonstrates just the wide range of technologies that are vulnerable to ransomware campaigns. It's essential to establish vulnerability and patch management processes for these technologies, as they're often prime targets for threat actors. For those looking for a different perspective, I've used a radial tree chart to break down CISA's new categorization, highlighting the vendors and products known to be used in ransomware campaigns. This provides visibility into the distribution of vulnerabilities, with each vendor's vulnerabilities color-coded by their logos. Interestingly, neither Apple or Google makes the list of vulnerabilities associated with ransomware campaigns, which I find interesting, despite having, as you can see on my KEV list here, some of the top numbers of vulnerabilities on the KEV. You can see Google in yellow in the middle up top, and then you can see the long yellow apple over there in my background on my favorite KEV chart. So the next thing I wanted to do was looking at the distribution of CVE years associated with ransomware on CISA KEV. There is a fairly even distribution over some of the more recent years, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, and so on. This highlights the importance of patching not just 0 days and focusing on all the new exploits that are coming out latest and greatest, but also ensuring that you have good vulnerability management practices and patch management practices to ensure the older vulnerabilities are patched as well. Threat actors are exploiting a range of vulnerabilities from an age perspective. It's not just the newest, latest, and greatest 0 day, and the reality is these older exploits are widely available. So it really just underscores the significance and importance to ensuring you have a good vulnerability management and patch management strategy. Personally, just want to highlight, I love diving into the CISA KEV and playing around with the data set. If you're interested, there's some valuable resources. CISA's official KEV website you should check out, which is great. You can download the data set there and play around in Excel via CSV. There's also JSON. I think you can pull it via API. Want to highlight, we also have the Nucleus CISA KEV enrichment dashboard. And that's available over at nucleussec.com/CISA-KEV. And that enriches the KEV with CVSS, EPSS, gray noise, and other different sources. So you can pull that down as well if you want to play around with it in regards to charting. And then, just want to highlight, you can pay attention to my LinkedIn feed. I spend a lot of time doing data visualizations, and the KEV being one of the top topics, right? So, that's kind of wrap as far as the exploration this week in the CISA Known Exploited Vulnerabilities catalog and its new focus or addition on ransomware vulnerabilities, which is pretty exciting to me. The last thing I want to highlight, this upcoming week, I'm going to have a webinar with Chris Hughes, good friend, and Nikki Robinson. They're writing a book on modern vulnerability management. We're going to be talking about the challenges of enterprise vulnerability management. So if you're interested in participating, listening, hearing, checking out what's going on as far as their advice working in large-scale enterprise vulnerability management over the years, that's going to be a great discussion with some tangible takeaways from their perspectives working in the field of security and vulnerability management. So thank you so much for your time today. Don't hesitate to reach out to me on LinkedIn, and have an excellent week. I got some more exciting stuff coming next week. Take care.